Hello everyone. Today we will be discussing the part 1 of India's 20 lakh crore economic package. The combined package works out to be around roughly 10% of India's GDP, and only US and Japan have announced the economic packages bigger than the one India have proposed. So the US economic package stands at around 13% of US GDP, while Japanese package is around 21% of their GDP. So now let us have a look at the details of the economic package. So if you see, the economic package is built around four basic pillars, that is land, labor, liquidity and law. So the part 1 of economic package which was unveiled today, the major concentration was on providing liquidity and especially to provide liquidity to MSMEs and NBFC, HFC and MFI. So MSME basically stands for micro, small and medium enterprises. NBFC, HFC and MFIs are credit institutions which provide credit to the various sectors in the society. So now before going deeper into the package, let me give you an introduction regarding the MSME, that is micro, small and medium enterprises sector. So why there is a particular importance to this sector? So let us give me some numbers about the MSME sector in India. Currently, this sector provides employment for around 110 million Indians, and there are about 63.5 million units which are currently active in this sector. MSME provides around 25 to 30% of India's GDP and around 45% of India's export. The job opportunity and the numbers are distributed almost equally in the rural and urban areas, with 51% of the MSME units having presence in rural. So this is one of the major source of employment in rural India also. In this context, it becomes very important that we continue to provide support and liquidity to MSME to keep the economy moving. So in this aspect, the finance minister today changed the definition for the categorization of MSME. So let us have a look at the categorization which existed and categorization which is applicable from now on. So the existing MSME classification basically classifies these units based on the service provided, that is whether they are a manufacturing enterprise or they are a service enterprise, and on basis of the various slabs of investment. So for a micro industry, the investment is less than 25 lakhs for manufacturing service, and for services the investment is less than 10 lakhs. Now in the new classification, the slabs have been redesigned in such a way that the thresholds are same for both manufacturing and services units, and an additional criteria called turnover is included to classify the units into micro, small and medium. So as per the new slabs, any enterprise which is having an investment of less than 1 crore and a turnover of less than 5 crore, irrespective of its operation in manufacturing or service, will now be classified as a micro unit. Now if the investment is lesser than 10 crore and the turnover is lesser than 50 crore, it will be considered as a small scale unit. Now if this investment size is greater than 20 is less than 20 crore and the turnover is lesser than 100 crore, it will be considered as a medium sized unit. So now let us see what are the major announcements that were made as part of this economic package. Let us start with the announcements for MSME sector first. A 3 lakh crore collateral free loan for a duration of 4 years was announced for the MSMEs. This 4 year includes a 12-month moratorium period where the MSMEs are not required to make any principal or interest payment. This loan will be available for all standard operating MSMEs with a turnover of 100 crore and a maximum borrowing of up to 25 crore. Under this scheme, loan will be extended to a maximum of 20% of outstanding credit as on end February, and a 100% credit guarantee will be given by Government of India to the banks for the loans made under this scheme. So another scheme which was announced for MSMEs, especially for the stressed MSMEs, is a 20,000 crore subordinated debt scheme. So under these schemes, Government of India will be offering a 4,000 crore partial credit support to the banks, and the banks will be offering to infuse up to 20,000 crore as subordinated debt into the stressed MSMEs. Another big announcement was the infusion of 50,000 crore equity into MSMEs that are showing growth potential. The promoters of such MSMEs will be given credit by the banks, which will then be infused by the promoter as equity in the units. Now, another major support came in form of disallowing global tenders for government procurement order up to 200 crore. This will help protect MSMEs, bag big government orders, and will help fend off global competition. Now let's have a look at what were the major announcements made for NBFC sector. So the NBFC sectors in India in this COVID situation is facing struggle raising money from the banks as well as from the capital markets. So the Government of India has announced two schemes to help NBFCs tide over these difficulties. So the first is a 30,000 crore special liquidity scheme, which will help NBFCs raise money from the capital market. Under this scheme, investments in debt papers of HFC, NBFC, and MFIs can be done, especially in the lower rated papers, which will help these entities raise money from the capital market. Now, another major announcement came in as part of 45,000 crore partial credit guarantee scheme. So under this scheme, the PSU banks will be offering up to 45,000 crore to the NBFCs, of which the first 20% loss will be absorbed by the Government of India. And under this scheme, the PSU banks can also invest in the primary issuance of CP or bonds. Now, the third major category which came under this announcement was the distribution companies. A 90,000 crore liquidity injection into distribution companies by through PFC or REC is suggested under this scheme. So this will be a one-time event where the liquidity will be given against the receivables of DISCOMs, and all these have to be guaranteed by the state government. So this is a particularly interesting scheme given the COVID situation. All the distribution companies are facing major revenue shortage, and this is in turn putting pressure on the power generating companies. By providing liquidity to DISCOMs, it will help these distribution companies to pay back to the generating and transmission companies, and this is done against the receivables, so there is much less risk in giving this loan. So these are the major details of the part 1 of economic package. Please stay tuned for further videos on the other parts of economic package. Thank you.